make it live. Hello guys! Welcome to another Flamish Experience. Today, of course, we got our good friend, we got a new what am I saying? Guest. We got a new guest on the show.
Yes, thank
Um,
you.
and his name is Wabafat. So welcome.
Yes. Thank you. Thank you for having me. I'm really excited to be here and be part of this. This is awesome.
Yeah, it's something completely
Appreciate their
different.
Flamish.
You're welcome. I mean, everybody's welcome on the show. And if it wasn't for Anime Devil, you're next to me. He told me last week, like, hey, you should have this guy on the show. He's awesome. So send him a message, reach out for him, and I did,
You
of
did that.
course. Yeah.
Such a
There
great
So
we
guy.
go.
thank you
There
so
we
Such a
much,
go.
great
Anime.
guy.
So you should thank him instead of me, actually.
Oh
Well,
no, I'm
no.
thinking. I am so thankful.
Yeah, it's good. It's good.
This is
So we've had a few interactions back and forth, haven't we, Bubba Fat? How about you tell everyone who's watching a little bit about yourself, why you interested in games and stuff, and let's get to know Bubba Fat a little bit, if you don't mind. Introduce yourself properly.
okay. Yeah. I'm a, as you guys probably know me mainly from Twitter. I'm not much of a streamer. I'm very much a casual gamer. I'm just a person that like during the pandemic and like I was just coming from like a rock bottom. Like I was climbing my way back out of top, figuring out life stuff. And I saw gaming as it was booming as like the medium to like make a difference. And so I got into it. I just all of this is like new to me. Like each like Twitter was brand new, Discord, Twitch. I was the kind of person that was like, why would you want to, watch someone play a game when you could just play a game yourself? I didn't like wasn't into it at all. And then I saw it. I saw like the difference it can make. Like with the gaming business booming, more people tuning in, just what is possible. And yeah, and ever since then, since day one, I've just been driving. It's kind of like, you know, the path is altered as it should,
Hmm.
but
Yeah.
I'm here to make it better, make a fight back against negativity and just help. I just want to see everyone succeed. I just want to have fun. That's what I'm here. That's what I'm about.
Yeah, I mean, everybody should do that at this point. I mean, fight the
I
negativity.
just enjoy, yeah, and I just enjoy games. So, like, that's really nothing more than that. I just have fun. Nothing
Well,
more in depth.
yeah,
Awesome.
I
Awesome.
think it's very awesome. I mean, that's what I do as well. I think most of the people in the community are just tired of all the stuff that's going on and all the negativity and stuff. I call myself the positive gamer for one, because
Yeah, I
I
love it.
I like the positivity and surrounding myself with people that do that as well. Like I just try to bring the positivity to everywhere I go. And it's great that other people in the community are doing that as well. I mean,
Yes, I see it. I love it. As I surrounding myself around those people, it's been amazing. You guys included.
okay. And what are you like? What were you playing this week? We'll start with that.
I honestly, I was playing a lot of Madden. I'm kind of really into MUT. I was jumping around some Hellblade as I'm going back through that game
Ooh,
because I'm more multiplayer focused in general.
okay.
So I'm going back through some single player games that I've been really wanting to play. I have them all there. They're all like backlogged, but there's always new games coming out and switching around because it's more about just gaming with people and the connections. So I never really get like fully finished with a single player game, but there's more I'm trying to like work in. So I bounced around between Madden, Hellblade. I played some Infinite with you guys last night, which was nice.
Yeah.
Had a lot of fun. I think that's all I really played this week. That's all I really been able to get in.
Okay. And what do you think of the Infinite open beta that's going on
It
this
was
week?
fun. Honestly, I remember I was playing Splitgate and I was like, I'm not sure how Halo's gonna be better than this. 'Cause, like Halo, I mean, I love Halo, always will, but series in general can get kind of stale over time for me. Just in like, I didn't like think like it'd be much different or anything, but it just felt much better. Just the mechanics, it was smooth, it was fluid. It
Yep.
just, I was like, okay, now this I can see why it's gonna be better than Splitgate because I'm a big fan of Splitgate. I haven't been able to get back into it like I'd like to, but when it came out, I mean, I was hooked. And no, I think this is going to be a completely different kind of multiplayer experience. I think it's going to not just feel like it's going to draw me back in, and I'm really excited. I'm looking forward to playing it.
Okay, yeah, we got some stuff to talk about with that one because I am excited as well. We were talking about something yesterday I do want to bring up later,
Okay.
because I do want to hear your opinion and everyone's opinion, of course, and also from the chat, of course. Like if you have a question in chat, just feel free to ask us. We're always up for that. No, so if you're thinking about Halo Infinite in general, like, do you think it's gonna be your multiplayer game from this year?
That's it looks like it. That's hard to say. My multiplayer game of the year will be like what the people like what my friends and everyone's playing the most. That's just how it's gonna go because the people make the games for me. But no, it definitely is gonna be a game that like I will actually take the time to play like on the side because I
Yeah.
usually don't really have that much time to really game as much as I'd like to, surprisingly. And no, for sure, it's like a game that I would definitely be getting back into and playing. It's one of those games. Like not just that I'll be playing with just people, but no, I'm excited about it. Now that I played the test, I'm definitely more excited than I was.
Yeah, so you were a little bit less excited about Halo before then.
Yeah, it was just like it was just an announcement. Like I was like Halo. Like I'm kind of like it's like year after year I've heard Halos and Call of Duty. Like it's just
Yeah.
like I said, I've never been like that much deeper into it. So
Okay, and
that's
you
the
went.
exciting part about all this, looking at it from different angles.
Yeah, it is a very different Halo, in my opinion. Like it plays a lot better than the other versions. Um, I mean, but I'm not into Halo that much, so for me it was just it plays so smooth. Infinite, what was your thing about like how are you standing on Halo?
About Halo,
Yeah.
um, yeah. Other than you calling me Infinite for some reason. Um,
What?
yeah, I like
No.
Halo. It's good. You did. Yes, you did. It's fine. Animated.
That was on me.
Animated.
Sorry, Infinite, if you're in chat. I'm sorry.
It's all good, dude. It's all good. Yeah, yeah. I'm like you. I'm not the most Halo lover. I do like it. It's good. I've only recently started playing Halo. First person shooters aren't really my cup of tea. I'm the opposite of Wubba Fat. In fact, I play a lot more single player than I do multiplayer. And it's only guys like yourselves that pull me into the sort of multiplayer ethos. I'll start a single player game and I'll get a message. It's like, do you want to come and play this? It's like, oh, okay. And I do get sucked in. But yeah, I'm more single player. Really enjoying Halo though. Really enjoying it. It's quick. It's good. Don't think it's going to be my most anticipated game. Don't get me wrong. It's going to be good, but there's still going to be.
Some other
I think
games.
I think I'm going to be suckered in by Forza Horizon 5 when it launches. And
Yes.
it's going to be. I'm going to put so much time into that. But yeah, when someone, I haven't finished all of the Halo Master Chief Collection yet, so I don't want to play the single player. I'm playing through all the Halo games in co-op, and shout out to my partners, Dragon Wolf and Big Al Boomer. Yeah, so yeah, we're on Halo 3 at the moment, so I need to sort of shout them out quickly and say, come on, we need to get this finished. And I am disappointed that it's not going to launch with co-op, but I will play the multiplayer on a weekend with you guys, definitely. So I'm enjoying what I've seen, basically, in a nutshell.
Okay.
Sure, yeah. It's hard to say what game will like be drawn in. I can't like really look at. I'm not a person that looks at a game like that's gonna be the one. Usually it's one that catches
Okay.
me by surprise, almost every time, and it's just like, wow, this is like refreshing. This is unique. That's what I'm on the lookout for.
Yeah.
Not like more of the same kind of stuff. Like something that's just like, whoa, what is this? Like brand new, you know? And I usually never see them coming. It's not like it's never usually one of the biggest titles that are like most anticipated that like really draw me in and become my favorite games.
Maybe got something for you. So there's this game called Lemniscate. It's in Game Pass. It's free. It's free.
Yes.
It's on subscription in Game Pass, and it's a game that rewinds time all the time, right? You're playing for like 25 seconds, need to capture points, kill enemies, need to prevent it as well, because next time it's his turn, and that's your turn again. But you're seeing what he does, so you can anticipate. And it's like after a while, it's like 10 different guys running around at the same time for 25 seconds. So it's very like chess
Very yeah.
based. Yeah, that's something
Very
you could
interesting, that
try
hybrid.
out. Yeah, it's
And
very
yeah, I
special.
got into it a little bit, and I actually was saying how like I feel like the mechanics, the shooting is a little jagged. That needs to be addressed a little bit, but like
Okay.
it's definitely that refreshing like take on a game. Like it's kind of takes in a lot of different genres, and they're like it's like everyone's trying to find the perfect hybrid of like how can we mix all these genres. It's
Yeah.
like MOBA, arena shooter, maybe like slightly like a third person RTS kind of qualities to it. If that makes any sense. And no, I was actually just talking about how like I really enjoy. I was actually really enjoying it, like the potential it has.
Hmm.
And so I've only done like the training. I was waiting in queue forever to play a game, so I never really got to experience it too much yet. But no,
Okay.
that's a game I'm absolutely looking forward to trying out more.
Yeah, I want to try it out with some friends. Not online though. Most people are just too good. They crush you instantly. Not that great
Well, you won't have
into
that problem with
FPS.
me.
Yeah, I do want to give it a shot though. If someone is interested, I'll be happy
For
to.
sure. I would love to play. Let's get
Yeah,
that going.
let's go. Got a thing
I've
going on.
I've heard Lemnis get talked about a little bit, but I've not seen any actual what it looks like. What's it? What kind of game is it like?
I would say it's a thing sword that looks like a futuristic shooter. Has different, like you can choose between 8 or 10 different guys on the map. When I was playing the beta, because I played the beta, that was against an NPC, which is funny. Because there were no real people allowed at that time. You were always playing against NPCs. And it was fun, for what I tell. Like you just go for point, you try to extract it, and then on the other side, it's their turn. So they try to shoot you and go to the point as well. They got only 25 or 15 between that time. So many seconds to do it. And that's your turn again. So you're anticipating what they're doing, and then yeah, you can anticipate what they're doing, and then keeps going and going, and it just changes everything. It's so cool. Like if you kill the guy before he kills the other guy keeps running towards the thing that he was doing. It's
You're getting
crazy.
so excited about it. It's getting me excited about it. Like I'm like I want to get into it. But
Yeah.
to me it kind of just like looks like Splitgate a little bit, to be honest. Like Splitgate and
Yeah,
Portal
that's why
has
I
just
was
like
bringing
that
forward.
look. Yeah.
Yeah, I'm just looking at gameplay now. It looks alright. It might be worth a try. I'd be willing to give that a go. I think. I'm just looking at
I
some
definitely
gameplay
think
now.
so.
Okay.
It looks a little. It looks a little in the art style. It looks a little Rogue Company as well in the art style of the maps and stuff. That's what's reminding me of. I don't know why.
Yeah,
Look, there you go.
it looks very, very cool, like how they did those maps and
Yeah.
stuff. Also, there is this kid named D in chat saying, "Hi, Wubba!"
Yeah, hey D, what's going on, man? Welcome. Happy to see you here. I was just
Yeah.
gonna type that in, but I don't know need now. Good to see
Well,
you here,
we
brother.
call out the people that were watching. I mean, also
Welcome.
thanks,
Yeah, no,
Steve.
welcome everyone. Stage is I
Yeah,
see showing
Stage
up.
One
That kid named
TV.
D. I'm not sure how to look at the entire chat, but it's amazing. Everyone is showing up, showing that love, that support. I love it. I love the people that I've met along the way that have stayed through. Stage and D up there as good as they come. They're like I'm saying, they're family. I love them. I love
Nah,
those guys.
that's nice to
So
hear.
yeah, no, true.
Yeah, and also, Anime Diva, you were a little bit earlier talking about Forza 5. Now, that's one of the games I try to stay away from news and stuff. I know I'm a podcaster, I go on different shows, I talk about the games, but I want to stay fresh with Forza 5 because I think it could be something that has a lot of potential for me, but it has to be better than Forza 4. We talked about it last week as well, like the mission
Yeah.
system, how they didn't did this game. I think they need to have it a little bit more spread basically, that you can choose different activities as they go and not just have them all locked at once and then see them all pop up. I think it's a
Yeah.
little bit too
We
overwhelming.
did we did touch on it last week. You're right, and I think the issue is with the UI is just overwhelming, especially if you don't play it a lot. I was talking to, I think, yeah, it was Mr. Tushy last night. He was playing the game for 3 years before he realized there was a drone mode. Okay, so it was only a case if we were having a conversation, and he was talking about, oh, I need to find this band, but I can't find it. I said, just use drone mode. It's quicker. And I think you tried it last night, didn't you, Flamish? Trying to find a band with drone mode.
It was like my world, like poof. On normal, I was
It's so
like
easy, yeah, but
running
yeah,
around, and then you're like driving around, of course, not running around. You're driving around. You can find this barn, and it's like in the giant circle. And all of a sudden, you take this drone, you just fly it so fast, and as soon as you see the barn and you go near it, it puts it on
yeah,
the
and
map,
then
so
you
you
can,
don't need to
and then
search
and then
for
you
it
can drive
anymore.
to it, yeah,
It's
and
so
then
easy.
also as well. I mean, yeah, Tushy was playing the game for 3 years before he realised that was a thing, and it was only through conversation. And last week as well, we were talking to Lemon. He didn't realise there was a filter on the missions.
Yeah.
What I think they did, what I think they've done, Playground, and they are brilliant. They are so good. Um, is that they found the perfect UI, the user interface for Forza Horizon 2. Kept it the same, but over the years they've just kept adding more and more and more content. So it is, for a new person, so overwhelming. So overwhelming. I mean, I had to ask somebody yesterday. I've been playing it since release. Okay, I had to ask somebody yesterday. Said, guys, how do I change my car horn? I mean, there's nothing intuitive about it. So um, hopefully, Forza Horizon 5, they've sort of brought the menus back into line a little bit, just so you can navigate them easily.
Hmm.
Because there's nothing worse than hitting that pause button and going, where do I need to go? Yeah,
No,
you're
for
right.
real.
You're right.
Menus can like make or break some games for me. Like I'm just getting back into Destiny 2, and like the change of the UI is getting really hard for me to like get used to transfer back over to. But I haven't really played much Forza. I'm not much of a racing game person, but yeah, UIs that are complicated just can really
Yeah.
interfere with your enjoyment of the game for sure. It's a huge factor, and it seems like something that should be like easily like addressed right away in every game like that.
I'm, I'm a little bit worried that it's going to get worse and not better because they've brought a mode out now where you can create your own tracks and your own rules and things like that. And it's a lot like Forge on Halo or what Battlefield 2042, sorry, is
Hmm.
promising with that portal mode where you can create your own stuff.
That's
That
awesome.
I'm going that I'm going to spend a lot of time in. You can make your own rules, everything. You can make your own tracks, I believe.
Are they not doing the same
Um,
thing in Forza 4 already, where you can have different like set up points
um,
along the way
it's
and put the track however you want?
it's a little bit. It was halfway there in Forza Horizon 4. It was sort of a this is where we're going to go with it.
Okay.
It's not huge. What I've seen of the Forza Horizon 5 videos, you can create a whole arena of whatever you want, rather than just stick a ramp here, stick a ramp there. I think it's more fully fleshed out now than it was. What I've seen of it. Of course, that's going to be abused for community game night. That's the first thing I'm going to be doing is creating a stupid ass track that's going to infuriate everybody. So yeah, I'm excited for that. But what is that going to do to the menus when you've got all these options? Is that going to be simple, or is it going to be
I
sort of really confusing and? Mm,
I don't know anything at the moment, right? But first one is for you, Boba Fett. What do you think is going to happen there?
Honestly, it's hard for me to really speculate. Like by just the sounds of it, it sounds like yeah, they're adding more to be. It's going to become. I feel like it's going to become complicated before it becomes simple. Like if they're adding more and more things as we were like,
Could be.
but I mean like in technology and stuff, it's like ever changing. You know what I mean? It's not like it ever is like at a stall. So I mean, it depends on the game. I think. Yeah, I'm not sure. Like I said, I don't really play Forza. I played it once in community night for like 10 minutes, and I was like behind everyone by like 8 minutes. So,
Ah,
uh,
we play for the
so
fun, man.
honestly, yeah, I'm not really sure much about the UI and menus there, but yeah, so I don't really have much to go on off that.
Okay. So you have no idea what you think, like what you wish for, how they would do that, or
Oh, just I like it to be simplified as possible. Always simple. The more simple, the better.
okay.
I don't care for all these different like tabs and categories. That's
Hmm.
like becoming more and more PC, and like some of them like I don't even understand. I wish that they gave you more of an understand, like more user friendly. Like one for instance, film grain. I feel like in why does anyone ever want that on? Like I feel like that's something I always turn down. I'm not even honestly sure if that's something like that needs to be turned on because I literally have no idea about film grain. I'd have to like Google and look into it, but I just haven't. And it's like that's kind of stuff I mean about user friendly is that there's like stuff in it that I'm not really sure like the purpose at all. You know what I mean? So that is just something I guess just to think about now that we're talking about. There's just options that have been there for a while that I'm like I actually have no idea what they even really do or the purpose
Oh,
behind them.
I'm
Okay.
right there with you. You go into your video settings these days, it's like, oh my, isn't it? It's like there's
Yeah.
so many options and there's so many to choose from. I mean, other than
For
field
sure.
of view, I'm lost.
It's
Yeah.
PC settings go into console. I heard it has to do with the architectures that they use now. It's similar to PC and they bring everything over and yada yada yada. Not too much into that stuff. I wish we had PK on the show. Like he would talk hours about that stuff and we will be done. Like,
Absolutely, yeah, it would,
okay,
yeah,
now I
absolutely,
understand. But I always
yeah,
forget what he says about it because yeah, I don't think it's that important to me as a person. I just like that my game runs well, that launch of 60 frames, preferably 120 frames, preferably. I mean, if it's
Yeah.
not 4K but it's 1080p, it's 120 frames. I would love that way more because at that speed, going at 200 miles an hour and stuff, you don't see that much of the screen anyway. But yeah, overall, when I think about how they would do it, in my opinion, I think it would become something like how they do it in GTA, where they have a separate lobby system for where you can filter between different maps they made from creators and stuff, and you could search through there. That's what I would like to see. I hope they don't do it like they do now in 4. That's all there on the map. Um, I just need more filters, basically, and I wanna research. I wanna search by category without having all the others pop up when they unlock. So when they're
like you can do that now already on in Forza. You
yeah,
can do it
yeah,
already,
but not
but
if you unlock missions. Like they all unlock at the same time, and then you can filter. But you cannot
yeah,
filter. See, so you unlock the
yeah,
7 different missions around the map, and you're like, okay, and now I'm gonna filter. No, I want to filter before, or just be like, this is the missions that I want, and then gives me a list. That's
yeah,
what I want.
makes sense. It
That
makes
that w-
sense.
and then I have a easy list, and then I would have a list that says this you already did, so many stars, or this is the time, best time, blah blah blah, all that stuff. That's how I would see my Forza experience. That's what I would like.
Yeah,
Um, but we'll see. For
hopefully.
me, though, it comes out in a month already and a little bit, so or this month.
No, no. It's next month, I believe.
Hold on, let
Is it
me
October?
search it up.
I
Maybe
think
something
it's
else
October,
knows.
October, November. It's about 45 days. I don't know, something like that. It's silly. Um, while we're on the subject, though, we discussed
Mm.
what Wubba Fat's been playing. We haven't discussed what we've been playing this week. So I'm going to let you go first. I'm going to nominate you, Flamish, to go first. What have you been playing this week? Before I tell you mine.
Well, of course, and I'll put it behind me just to make it really fun because people can actually see what I'm doing. Like I played this awesome game that everybody's been talking about and everybody has been playing right now. It's called The World. Of
Oh,
course.
okay.
Of course I've been playing some New World, boys. Um I don't think if you like no, it's a
This is PC, right?
yeah, this is
Okay,
PC.
okay.
You can play with the controller. It's backwards, like it's flipped. Damn it. Hold on. Let me go back to my other screen because so. Besides that, yeah, Diablo 2, of course. Like I play more of that. I enjoyed a little bit of time in that game with Jay as well, with Graphic God. So that was fun.
Yep.
But besides that, everything and I play a lot of different games. Like we have a lot of small games that Clowns bought over the month that I'm going through, and the small puzzle games and easy achievements and stuff. But I love them for being small. I love them for being bite-sized, like like a half an hour and you're done basically for this one game, and that makes it so much fun. It gives you a boost every time you finish a character. And the final thing, I went over 100,000 gamer score, guys. I finally hit that 1,100K.
What's up? That's what's
So
up. Yeah.
Well
that's
done. Well done.
awesome. All thanks to Clowns,
Proud
of
of
course.
you.
And as well, you've not been on Xbox that long either, have you? So not compared to some of us. I mean, I've been on Xbox for what 15
Few
years, and I've
years.
got 205. So yeah, well done. That's some
Yeah.
going, but yeah, you are up there on the leaderboard every month. I have to admit, you do like your achievements. Um, but
Actually,
yeah, I
I do
know.
not. That's the funny part. I actually do not like my achievements. Like, I don't go searching for them all the time. If it's a small game and I'm almost at full and I'm like, oh, easy, then I just do them. I mean, I don't care. Then I can delete it from my thing and done. Be it. But otherwise, I don't like these hard achievements and stuff that you take like hours and hours to grind. Except if it's a game I like to play, then maybe I'll do it. But I don't guarantee that I play everything 100%. I mean, it's not my thing. I just enjoy gaming, preferably easy.
Yeah, fair enough. So for me, of course, you're well aware that I was gifted um, Marvel Avengers a few weeks ago, and I started that up thinking it might not be for me. That was the conversation that led to the gift. Was I was a little unsure. I thought it looks good, and I'm completely bloody addicted. I'm going to be honest, and we played together, Flamish,
Yep.
and your Captain America is super super strong.
It's not
Um,
even max level yet. Come on, you haven't
I
seen
know,
anything.
I know, I know. And
I
I've
can't believe I forgot
also,
Marvel Avengers.
yeah, yeah,
I've
and
been
I've
playing a lot of
also,
that game.
oh, cool. I've also, I've been playing with Back from Dead as well. So I've been streaming on a Monday. I call it Marvelous Monday because I stream Marvel on a Monday. Okay, it's cheesy as hell, but I love the name Marvelous
I love
Monday
it.
on my Twitch channel. Yeah, so been playing that. Every time I think I've got a character down, I seem to get another one and go, maybe this one's better. Maybe this one's better. I think I've settled with Hawkeye. I just love the way he plays. So from distance, he's good. Up close, he's good. So I'm right now I'm leveling up Hawkeye. And I also started Psychonauts 2. Now, the reason I started Psychonauts 2 was because we had an announcement this week that games can now be played with Dolby Vision. I don't know if you've seen this. Okay, so because I have got a TV that does Dolby Vision, okay, I selected that I can play games in Dolby Vision, selected that option, and I tell you what, a game with that art style, Psychonauts 2, has no business looking that good. It really doesn't. It's so so good, and it's completely
Completely agree with you.
as complete as Double Fine do so well. It's batshit mental. It really is, and I'm really loving Psychonauts 2. So that's the two games I've been playing this week. But I mean, like I said, I mean the new announcement of Dolby Vision is here. Um, I don't know if you've both tried it out yet. There's a few games that do in Dolby Vision. I think Marvel Avengers is one. Psychonauts is another.
Control? Was that not another one?
Ori and the Will of the Wisps is another one. There's about 6 or 7 I've got installed that use Dolby Vision, and my God, my eyes are like, look at this.
Yeah, no, it
It
looks
does, yeah.
beautiful. I've
Well,
been playing like Marvel Avengers. I can't believe I had not brought that up for this week. I've been going about like this little comic strip. Like it is just like that good that like I just kind of was like, I'm gonna take pictures of this along the way. Like that's how
okay.
like good it looked to me. And then it just turned into a thing I started doing, like a little comic strip on Twitter, for fun. No, I'm really enjoying that game. So
Yeah.
Well, I was unsure. I was certainly and that's why it was gifted. Because I was on the fence for so long. I think where it failed initially is because it's got that free to play model where it wants you to buy stuff, but they also charged you for the game, and that was a bit. It's a little bit sus. But we do it with FIFA. Well, I don't, but people do it with FIFA. It's the same model, and I think that's why the crowds dropped off really quickly.
yeah, it's the
Um,
same model for a lot of games. But like
yeah,
I just recently got into it. Like so I wasn't there for like the beginning, but I knew that like it had a lot of more hype and it kind of like trailed off. But it came to Game Pass, and then I instantly had to get the DLC after I just played it for just a little bit, the upgraded version. It's definitely a game I see myself putting a lot of time into, and I think it's gonna bounce back. I do. I think it does. I think it definitely deserves to bounce back. It has all the content.
If they keep putting stuff in like the stuff they're putting in recently, I've not played the Black Panther mission yet. I've done the first 3. I've not done Black Panther yet, but if they keep pushing content out like that with new heroes and more people you can play as, I think if they persevere, you're right. I think it might bounce back.
Absolutely. No, I hope it does. I really do. I'm really enjoying it.
I hope it does, but we are still waiting on the cosmetic 2.0. The loot like 2.0. Still, as long as that's not there, don't think I will give the game that much of a shot anymore. Because the gear needs some work, basically. I do think it could be a little bit better in that department, in the game. But that's my opinion.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, that's fine.
Yeah.
So, have you tried anything with Dolby Vision, Flamish? And are you capable of using Dolby Vision on your TV?
Well,
what?
This is the
where
first
you
I
at with that?
actually heard about it, so I didn't know. But I actually just looked at the differences that I was looking at the other screen. And it's not that very much noticeable with HDR10 and Dolby Vision, the difference, but it is noticeable, but just slightly. So if you're using one or the other, you will not see that much of an improvement. Just a little bit, the colors are just that little bit different, more realistic.
It's the color palette that's different, isn't it? It does.
Yeah, it makes everything a little bit
60
more
times the more.
natural.
Yeah.
Yeah, I looked at Outriders, and that gives some sort of a difference. Like in the main menu, when you see a character, like it looks a little bit more bluish on and grayish on the Dolby Vision instead of the HDR10. That's more one color node, and on Dolby Vision was more 2 color node, which is awesome.
It's worth saying though for anyone listening that doesn't know what we're talking about. To enable Dolby Vision on your Xbox, you've got to go to settings, audio and video, then video modes, and there's a little checkbox to the right hand corner that says allow Dolby Vision for games. It doesn't without that checked, it doesn't activate, and I think a lot of people might not realize that.
But does it replace the auto HDR on the games as well, or?
No, I don't think it does. I turn auto HDR off because sometimes it goes above and beyond, and it's just so blinding with games like yesterday when we were playing golf with friends. Some of the colors on that, if you have auto HDR enabled, it's like, oh my god, that's just it's over bright. So I turn auto HDR off when I can if it's too much. So.
Auto HDR enabled, but I've not had that issue. So now I've always had it enabled. I gotta turn it off now and play my games to see what the difference is.
I think when you like this specific example in Golf with Friends, right, which is also on Game Pass, so you can test it out freely. If you got Game Pass, is level 17 at the end when you go up towards the hole with the escapist map. If you do that one specifically, then you'll see what we know, what we mean, because that is basically when you see your face right now on the YouTube, like it's that brightness that's literally across the whole screen on the top against the walls, so you don't see anything else than just white.
Yeah, it's really bright, really bright.
Yeah, it's really bright over there. Like at that point, I would not call it that enjoyable. Auto HDR. Sometimes it's okay, it's good, but sometimes it's just a hit or a miss, basically. And by the way, Kid Named D, that's awesome, man. Those games are phenomenal. I do not like Apex Legends myself. I do love the running and stuff that they do from Titanfall, but the new game, the Battle Royale genre, is just a miss for me. Honestly,
Apex Legends is a game I just wish I was good at, and I'm not. Like, it's definitely a good game by all means, and D's great at it, and they all do. And I want to, like, they do what's the word I'm looking for? Ranked, of course. And I'm just such a liability when it comes to that game. I really would like to get into it, but yeah, it's for me. It's just doesn't click with me. It's just not a game I'm really gonna get good at, or really care, I
Yeah.
guess, enough to get into it. It's just not. Eh.
I
Like,
tried it on release, and had a few games, but again, the battle royale, that whole thing, not my kind of thing.
what's the
I,
thing
I
that?
liked it. I liked it. I did like it. I was
Mhm.
playing with. I like to play with my boys on stuff like that. They often drag me into Fortnite under duress, I might add, and things like that, and PUBG, and I do play them, but I'm like you. I am just terrible. I don't have the requisite skills to perform well. But yeah, Apex as well.
Exactly.
Yeah, Apex as
Yeah,
well.
it's a giant skill curve in that game. That game is like all these shooter games. They have such a high skill curve. Like it's like sometimes what people say, like you can shoot someone's back for like almost a whole clip and they don't die and they turn around and shoot you in 2 seconds, drop dead. Like it's amazing how that's possible if you got the good skills in such games. I don't like when they jump and slide and all that stuff and you're trying to shoot them. Like, stand still! I can hit you then. Just stand still. Like,
Yeah, you've got a point. Yeah. I'm
Yeah, no,
shooting.
it's and
I'm shooting at you. You will take my bullets. Damn it!
and I got the same.
it's
Like, sorry. Continue.
no, you're good.
Okay.
Sorry.
I wanted to say there's the same in Halo. Like they, I don't like when the maps are that big that they just come behind you and they shoot you, and there's like three guys behind you as well from your team that didn't shoot them
I'm
in
one of
time,
those
and it's
guys.
like,
Oh,
come on, you were
Yeah,
right there. You could have shot him. No, no. Okay.
yeah.
Yeah, just
I
one
was
of
a
those
I
things.
was a victim of that. Like yesterday on the Halo flight, I was pretty terrible. I was not even propping up the team. Out of a team of what 8 or 9, whatever 12 there was, I was 11th every time out. So yeah, it's going to be a grind to get good at that, but I'm going to have to try. I
yeah.
just don't.
I'm just run and gun style flank. That's all I was constantly doing. I was just
Yeah,
an autobus, always going around behind.
yeah,
But no, like I was going back to the Apex thing, and but that games like that are like so established that it's hard to like get back with all the new games coming out. Like to like really jump into that with people that like really been playing it for a while, like D for instance, and like how like people are saying like 16 hours at a time. That with the learning curve, it's just so hard to really get into a game like that, like Fortnite and stuff that's been like there for a long time. No, they all take skill. It's just like you can be there from the beginning, like develop it along the way. But you know, it's hard to like just kind of jump in and like when you have all this other stuff you're playing.
yeah. It's harder to
I
jump into a
appreciate that.
game that's years in the thing. Like Halo, the new Halo is just like for those people they play Halo all their life, right? 20 years have been out so far. Um, almost, right? It's almost the 20th anniversary. So that they are just like, yeah, I'm gonna kill you in a few shots, and you can do whatever you want. You're not gonna kill me because you're not skilled enough. And then you see them like running behind the corner, and they throw the grenades, and I always forget to throw my grenades, and then yeah, it's like, oh my god.
I'll tell you one. I'll tell you one that I did do really well at. There's the one that EA launched. Was it Rocket Arena? I'm sure it was Rocket Arena that they launched. That
Yes,
was a free to play. I was really
I
good at
love
that.
Rocket.
I love that
I'm
game
was
so
as
happy you
really
well.
brought
good
up
at.
Rocket Arena.
I was,
Yes.
yeah. I was quite good at that. And then, obviously, I was playing again with the two youngest. And I'm like, wow, Dad, you're really good at this. And then 2 weeks later, it's like, Dad, you're really rubbish. I was like, what? I was so good a week ago. Why? But I was good at that. But that kind of died off, I think. I don't know why.
It did die off, and I have a lot. I actually love that game. And welcome, Bass Raven. Great to see you. No, Rocket Arena. It is. It came out first off like very few bugs, very few issues. It's very well polished, very well made. EA did pick it up. It was like a dying game, and it was written off right away. It was like this is dead on arrival. This is actually like kind of like my start into getting everything. It's like part of it was I really love this game and I wanted to keep it alive. So I was like, I'm gonna get onto Twitch and find like streamers that are playing it and like really support them. Like so that's kind of like how it started. And then like I was on Reddit and like trying like I was giving away like copies and stuff of Rocket Arena, and like just really like fighting for it because people were like, just being really negative, like it's gonna die. I'm like, they're like, it's $30, it's too much, and I'm like, I'm used to always paying like double for that for a game. You're not even sure you're gonna like it. I'm like, this game's awesome. You already enjoy it. How can you be complaining about that price? That I still don't really understand that. They're like, well, if it goes down, it'll be good. I'll pick it up. And then when they did that, they brought it down to like 14 15 or whatever dollars. And then that was still they're like, well, it's a dead game. It must be dying. That's why they're bringing it down. I'm like, they're doing what you asked. You know what I mean? And
Yeah.
then they like kept doing what they were asking, and they just got like, well, that's just another sign of it dying. I'm like, no, like stop. This is an amazing game, and it really is. It's like a Super Smash Bros, a third-person Super Smash Bros. Arena shooter. It's a ton of fun. Check it out. It is on Game
Yeah.
Pass. I would love that to come back up because that is the first game when it comes to like I was ever on the Tracker Network as a #1 with the character Blastbeard. I'll forever have that. So you guys are playing. I'm getting in on that with you guys. That's a great game.
Yeah.
Oh
Really
my
was.
god,
Really
when
was.
Rocket Arena came out, it was not free to play. That's what I remember, and I was so
Yes,
into
it's
that
not.
game. I was trying to learn how to fly in that game with your car and just go behind the ball and just dunk it in all the time. That was so much fun, and doing all the flips and being so fast in the
Right.
beginning that you just pump the ball in straight into the goal every time it like is the spawns, right? Because you boost towards the ball. Um,
No, that's Rocket League, not Rocket Arena. Rocket League, you're
oh,
talking
Rocket.
about.
I'm
We're talking about the shooter that was
Yeah,
released by
happens
EA as
every
a
time.
free to play.
Every time
Oh,
I bring it
yes,
up, I'm
yeah.
like, it happens every time.
sorry.
But Rocket League is a good game and it sounds the same.
Yes, it
Although
does. It does. It's
one's football slash soccer, slash soccer because you call it the wrong thing, and one is a shooter.
We call it soccer cars.
Yeah,
Soccer cars in Rocket Arena.
yeah. So soccer cars and Rocket Arena. Yeah, you're talking soccer cars, but yeah,
It's
Rocket
Rocket
Arena
Arena.
was
I'm
a
sorry. I'm sorry.
it's a shooter that was launched by was it did EA launch it? You said EA picked it up, didn't you, Wubberfat?
yes, as a publisher, yeah,
Yeah.
I
So
forgot who the original was, and it was dropped, and they were working on it for a long time, and then they just came in and saved it, and then that threw people off. People like because of EA, and that's another thing that people have such like one side like I don't like this like for some reason EA is always a big
Baddie.
indicator of like it's a yeah, people do not like it, and like I don't know. I guess I haven't looked into it that much. I don't understand why. I like because
They're
we're talking about
the
like microtransactions and stuff in general, kind of like yesterday, and people are like mad at EA for being greedy and stuff. And like the way I look at it is it just business? Like everything that you see, like microtransactions, battle passes, like all of that, that's like on us. They think we're like they're forcing it on. Like no, we want it. We want those battle passes. Let's be honest. Like not everyone gets it, and you don't have to. Like they don't push it. You can still play the game without those battle passes. But like we want them. Like you want those like that new the cosmetic, the new whatever it gives you that. Like for me, it's personally the XP bonus. Like I love XP bonuses. Like it makes me feel like I'm like uh transgressing faster than I should be, and because of like the limited time of that you feel like you can game with all their games, that always makes me feel like I'm like kind of like catching like staying on the same pace for people that are playing more. But like it's really on us. Like, and I just don't see EA and like all these things as like just so as shady as like in that like kind of sense that like as far as the context we're talking about that I know of, to be doing anything wrong, anything other than what we asked for. I spent over $3,000 on a Madden Ultimate Team like 4 or 5 years ago. And yeah, I'm not proud of it. Like it got me. Yeah, right. Yes, that is the reaction that I should be seeing. It got me. It was addicting. But that's on. So it's on me. I am part of the problem. But I mean, we all are in a way, and like we're also part of the solutions in other ways. And like, yeah, but it's not on them. It's on us. It's just we want it. Like I was also sorry if I cutting you guys off or
No,
anything.
it's
Sorry, carry on,
awesome.
carry on.
Just carry on. You're
No, same
doing
with
awesome points.
like my outlook on what's the word I'm looking for? Metas. For a lot of games, I feel like metas are actually like built in nowadays.
Oh my
Like
god,
people are
man,
asking,
that's
people are always talking about metas. They're like that, like because we're always talking about like what's the meta, what's the meta. They're like, well, let's make their meta,
the,
and then let's change it every so often, so people like because it keeps people talking, it keeps conversation going. So I feel like that's all. It looks like it's them. It looks like it's bad, like a community program. Like, oh, they can't get it right. No, it's they're getting it, in my opinion, right in the way that we just don't aren't seeing it, like the right perspective. They're getting you to keep playing because people kind of love to complain. Kind of keeps them engaged. Complaining is engaging, as sad as that that is.
Mm.
And so I just see there's a lot more on our end than people want to take fault for or like really see it, and they just put it all on like the on either the developers or the publishers. And
Mm-hmm.
so, and that's all I really got to say about that. So back to you two.
No, the meta. Talking about the meta, most people just want the most basic cookie cutter, awesome build that does all the damage, all is the best in the game, and that's how you create metas. That's how people create their own metas. And then you got the developers that battle against those metas, trying to stop them from being meta, but then they create another meta. So it always keeps
Right.
going. It's like in every game
It's
that
like,
comes out, they
yep,
do it over and over, and it gets rolling. Like same with Outriders that came out. This one build that was so good they stopped everything into the game, but then you got this other class that's doing that, and they're like, oh, let's nerf this, so this can become better, and then this is the new meta, and that's
exactly.
how it. Like that's a funny
That's
part
exactly
about.
how I feel. Yeah.
Yeah, and by the way, I have to talk about something, but first I wanna hear animated thing on metas. Animate?
Nothing really. I mean, our friend Wubberfat put it in a nutshell. Really, I can't really add. I agree completely. Um, we do like
Yeah.
to complain, and we do like to say, "Well, this isn't right. This isn't right," and that's what becomes the norm. So yeah, I can't
Yeah.
really. Yeah, it's what we do as we're a fickle breed, us gamers. We're never happy. We're never happy. So yeah, I've got
As
nothing to add
always.
other than what Bubba Fat said. I 100% agree in
Yes.
exactly what you said, dude.
Yes. I agree as well with that. And by the way, kid named D, I want to say first of all, the problem with battle pass is that you say it's the seasons are too short. I agree. 60 days is not enough people for to get to the 100 levels. And I just love what they're doing with that in Halo Infinite, that you can always go back and earn the XP for any season of battle pass that you want, and you don't lose that. Same with how they do it in Avengers. In Avengers, you buy the season, you get like not the season, you buy the character, and you get a battle pass system that they use in the game to get the extra skins, the extra emotes, and all the stuff, and the extra finishers. And it never expires. Once you buy it, it's yours. You can do it whatever you want. You can do those dailies, do those weeklies, and just build up the bar towards the end to level 40 basically. And that's what I love. That's why how it should be in Call of Duty. That's how it should be in Battlefield. If they put something in there, I don't know. But yeah, how Call of Duty does it. It's despicable. Most games do about it. Like, oh, 60 days are over, you're done. Like you can't get the stuff anymore. And that's for people that are playing hardcore every single day for 10, 12 hours, get all those skins, get all that stuff. Um, and then yeah, they can brag about it, but you cannot earn it anymore. And it's a shame because I think it deters a lot of people from playing the game more because they lose all that stuff or lose the battle pass, and then it's like, what am I paying for? A battle pass if I play for maybe 10 hours or
Double
20
edged. Yeah.
hours. And then it's like I lost 80 levels of battle pass that I just can't unlock, or I need to pay more. Because if you pay more, you get a section that you go past in Call of Duty.
Don't mind if
So,
I do.
yeah,
Yeah.
don't mind if I do. Just, here, pay me, yeah. No, yeah. So that's why I love Halo. And indeed, Halo will be the GOAT game of the year. I can see that happen. It depends how good the connection, how stable it is. If it's balanced enough, if people don't complain too much, but we know people complain, like we just explained. Boba Fett gave some good stuff here, some good points about that. So yeah, we don't know. Like it could be. And hi, friendly pest, welcome. And slowly. Um, so yeah, but we'll see. I mean, we don't know what's gonna happen anyway. There's so many games coming out this year. Any game could be game of the year contender at this point. That we haven't talked about next year. I mean, Saints Row in the beginning of next year. Oh, that looks so good. That little snippet of
Ooh-wee.
gameplay we saw.
So
Yeah,
I'm sorry, I got to interrupt here. What is this poll should at Weba Fett? I feel like I'm missing it. This poll for should Weba Fett. What should Weba Fett? What
No,
am I
at
missing?
Wobbuffet. So I'm actually put your Twitter in there. So it's your Twitter, or your name.
Yes, of
It's
course,
easier.
maybe.
It's
Oh,
easier so
great
they
option.
know who you are.
Okay, I see. I was just wondering, like, should I what? Okay.
No,
We can
the
make
at is how they do it on Twitter. So like to use that stuff. It's a little bit easier.
yeah.
Understood. Got it.
It forces the everybody to have a look at it, just rather than missing the message. It's very clever.
And so they give their
Yes.
opinion, like what they like. If they
Yeah.
like you, because it is your first appearance on a podcast, right?
Thank you.
So
Yeah, okay.
Everybody should jump on Boba Fett's Twitter. He's awesome.
yes, and you got it
Guys.
right there. Everybody can see that beautiful Twitter over there. And I need to put in, I put in the description after the show, guys. Don't worry. Then you will
You
be
guys are
able to
amazing.
get that.
Thank you.
No, that's fine.
We're always
There
there
you go,
to help
Fiesta.
everyone, every content creator, every person that comes on the show. We like to help. We like to shout them out. We like to just introduce them to the audience, and yeah, we just like to help out, man. That's what I like to do. I'm the positive
Yeah,
gamer that just likes to help everyone.
there is many of people that come through Mr. Flamish's podcast that they're starting out and things like that. I mean, Flamish picked me up really quickly. It was really strange. I got into this whole I got into this by accident. I'm going to be honest. Met Flamish and he said, "Do you want to come on the show?" We did a show together, and I've been here ever since. So yeah, he's a good guy. He's Flamish as well. So yeah, everybody should follow the Flamish.
I will say it is
Absolutely.
nice to hear from time to time. You know, it gets a little bit
I know,
extra,
I know.
but
I
I'm not.
know.
That's not why I do it, right? I just like to
No.
help people because of stuff that I happened to me during the past, and
Yeah,
I
yeah.
just like to give it much back as possible. I have a lot of
Yeah.
experience
Pay
in
for it. I
much
love it.
No,
different fields,
pay-
so
yeah, that's the term, paying it forward. I mean, I will always give everyone the chance to. I would always suggest the good people I meet up to Flamish and hopefully have them on and everything. And it's what he did for me and what I will do for everyone in the future.
yeah,
So,
and
yeah,
and it's the same. Like now, I look in the YouTube, right? And I don't like to talk about this because it's not really why I do this, right? But the like and the dislike ratio. If I see a dislike, I'm always thinking like, what am I doing wrong? How can I improve? Because people are disliking the show for something. I mean, it must be something. So I'm always like guessing like, why would they do it and what can I improve on the show or in general, maybe it's something that I do wrong. I don't know, like that's how I think. Some people are just like, oh, they're just hating or stuff. No, I like to see the positive side of things.
yeah.
I'm right there with you.
And by
100%
the
agree.
way, I also
Love
want
that
to
one.
say, Kid Named D, so you're saying Waba is the best, most genuine guy, I swear. I don't know how he does the amount
Love
of
you, dude.
work
Thank you.
he does for everyone. So can you tell us a little bit more about the work you do? Because you're saying you do a lot of work. So I want to know a little bit more about that because
That's actually really okay. I'll try to answer it the best I can.
Okay.
I do a lot of behind the scenes, like
Ooh,
big pictures. I love supporting. I want to like that's like on the surface really see like supporting. I want to see everyone succeed in different like. I focus on the creative fields. Self-expression is I feel like just that is what I'm trying to share from all around the world. Is everyone's just like true self-expression through like art forms, and but so I'm there to support that, like make sure people don't like give up on themselves because yeah, it's gonna be rough, it's gonna be a fight, it's gonna be a struggle, it's gonna be hard, you're going to lose, but that's all part of like the path to your version of success. And so what I'm but I like to say I don't like to limit myself or like put myself like in like a box to say like this is like necessarily what I do. I like to think that I'm versatile. I try to like offer my like help wherever I can. I love being a part of the creative process. So just getting behind like anything, um, offering it, advice, guidance, just there like to talk. I love innovating, come up with new ideas, that kind of stuff. So there's like nothing like no one specific area. It's kind of like, but I would say I'm focusing on the creative aspect of everything and getting behind that and seeing how I can. Well, I'm breaking down like the barriers and stuff, trying to bring everyone together, so like as one better unified community. So let me actually dial back a little bit, better explain this if I can. Um, like I always like give the advice, to like new streamers or stuff like don't
Oh,
get like it's great to have like those people that you can always go to that will support you, but they're not going to carry you all the way. Like you need to branch out and like meet new people, like engage with the community. So like just like I took like my own rock bottom and applied that to like what I'm doing on a larger scale. I applied that kind of advice to a larger scale. Like why is it that only musicians are sharing their music with each other, or you know indie film kind of like really supporting the indie film community, and like or like
yeah.
I'm like, well, people in every community, like gamers enjoy music, and or books or like this. So I'm trying to like bring like everyone support each other, so people that are like writing books can people like aren't just like sharing with other people that are also writing books or gaming, really expanding the audience. um
Okay.
Kind of
Yeah.
forgot how I got there, but yeah.
It's it's like I saw your retweet this afternoon, right? And I was like, whoa, what's this list of all these different tweets that are like hashtags are in there and stuff? I'm like, whoa, this is something else. I haven't seen this, so yeah, it's definitely something else. Like I can't imagine. Like you have done some research, I think, about all that stuff probably.
So no, I've done everything like on the fly. I kind of stay away from research. I've honestly found like the
Oh,
when I first got onto Twitter, like I'm not like entirely away from research. That's so, but like when I first got onto Twitter and stuff, like people were like saying this, like you have to do this, you need to do this, the algorithm. I can talk about this algorithm thing that's all the time. I'm like,
the
first off, is
algorithm.
like they're talking like everyone's talking about this. I don't see how anything that's like this like shortcut to success. If everyone's using it, then like why are you not hearing it from you? I'm just like starting like I feel like that's like passed down to like hold you down. Like you have to be like everyone like if everyone's supposed to say this like if this is the right way to do it, then we'd all be succeeding. But that's not it. I feel like it's just honestly just community engagement is the answer. There's no nothing more to it. I feel like some people are focusing on like the wrong areas, and this isn't everyone. Like when it comes to like improving their channel, you could say like titles, like like the algorithm includes titles. You could say people will say that. And I'm like, who would what dictates a good title? I mean, dictates a good title. Like I could go right now, completely offline, go like just out to like a mall and just like kind of like promote myself because you are your best promoting tool. Not even using online at all, and be like, yeah, and they'll be like, yeah, I'll come watch your channel. Like they're still gonna be able to show up. It's not like they're blocked from watching you. You know what I mean?
Because of
Like
the
people are like,
title, nah.
there's one
That's
way. Like, yeah, like they forget like the social aspect. Like it's the non-research. It's like the heuristic approach of stuff is what I enjoy. The heuristic, yeah. That's what I'm boiling it down to. If that's making any sense.
yeah, I think it makes total sense. Like if you see a thumbnail, mostly that's what people are also talking about, like these thumbnails, right? If you got an interesting thumbnail, they click on the video. The title, how I see titles, I just think of something that maybe is going to happen, put that in. Like I'm back now, so I'm back. That's my title, and I just
Yeah, like I'm not saying like
don't
there's
think
not like
about
clickbait
it.
or stuff like that. I'm not saying there's
Yeah,
not things that are at work,
yeah.
but like from what I can tell, it's ever changing, it's ever working. Like it's deciding like what you want to see. So really, it's everyone. It's if it's ever changing, you can't. It's not reliable. So like people just need to stop worrying about it. Like just do your own thing. Like almost everything. I was like, I see like something. I'm like, I'm gonna take that and just do it like differently. Like that's so, like some ways are like when it comes to promotion threads. I'm like when I first got, I'm like that's done like the wrong way. like just in general, like that was like one of the first things. Like people aren't like really taking advantage of how much you can like use that to like help and like really support and like engage with community with each other. Like they just like do that and it gets like likes and people like post their channels of from YouTube or
Yep.
Twitch, whatever, what have you. But like actually going through it and being like, like, yeah, like I got you, like I'm there, I followed you, like, and actually going through and engaging with every one of them. I'm like, that's just like the simple way, like something that looks as like being done as like, just they're trying to get comments and likes or whatever. Like, no, like you can also do like what's looked at as negative as like a positive, like actual support thing. Like it's really perspective there. And yeah, I can kind of go off on tangents as you can tell. I
It's
keep forgetting kind of how
awesome.
I get
It's
here.
awesome.
Yeah.
Like
It's
you,
good, and
Um,
for being
it's
first.
after you, Flamish.
Like, thank you, animated Devon. No, for being first time, it's awesome. Go with it, go with the flow, yeah.
Yeah, so Wubberfat is very supportive of uh, channels like this, and he does post out everything. And like he's saying, he just wants everyone to sort of connect and just be themselves. When people are saying that, oh well, my video's not got this, it's because it's on you. Basically, that's what he's saying, and he's right.
credibility.
He's
Taking,
well, some of the chats I've had with him have made me actually just think to myself, do you know what, this dude's right. And yeah, that's where we're at. And he's incredible.
breakthrough.
He is incredibly supportive as well. So yeah,
Thank you.
hats off to you, dude. Hats off.
I think it's also one of
Appreciate
the
it.
reasons why I go against the grain because I don't like the
Yeah.
algorithm stuff and all that. Like I don't care about it. I just like about having fun, doing a show, doing stuff like
Exactly.
this. This is always
That is the
awesome to
algorithm.
hear. Always new stuff to explore. Having a candy shop behind me, all about my candy, of course. You know me. Uh, it's stuff like that that just makes my Sunday actually. Yeah, I'm always happy to be on my own show. It's the awesome time. Also Renegades, of course, where I'm on Tuesday evenings. It's also fun, and other GG members that have the show, like TXR podcast is today as well later today. So yeah, it's awesome. And Kid
Yeah.
named D is actually just giving praise to you again
Yes.
for
Thank you
saying your
so much.
mindset is the
Dude.
reason
Wow.
his streams are growing. So that's awesome. And I do maybe want a little bit of the knowledge as well if I can get it. No, it's all fun and games for me.
No, community engagement. You're doing it. Hey, this is what it's about. I think you're doing great. I love being on the show. I'm really happy you guys brought me in. Thank you, Animated, for introducing me. Thank you,
Uh,
Flamish, for allowing me. This
always
is
do. Always do.
amazing.
Yeah,
This is
it's
exactly how you connect. This is just the extension of all of that. So
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah,
let's keep it going. Yeah,
absolutely. It's
build a
good.
community.
yeah,
Yeah,
and
I
I
love it.
I don't want to do it any other way. Like if I don't do it this way, it's not me. So I'm too positive for all the other stuff. And
I like.
so yeah. Oh my God, where to go from there,
Yeah.
right?
That was a deep conversation that was
Yeah,
just
this.
like
Yeah,
we've all
little
got our
bit.
minds going. It's where do we go from here? So yeah, it's very you've opened up a wormhole of thoughts in my mind. There,
Yes.
Wubberfat, you really have, and
Yes.
I'm sure Flamish is thinking the same thinking. He's thinking, oh, I've never really thought of it like that, and that's what he's good at, and that's So yeah. So that said, are we playing any games tonight? I'm going to play some games tonight. I'm gonna Halo's still on, I
Yes.
believe.
Yeah.
Is anyone going to jump on the last Halo flight tonight? I'm not sure I am going
No.
to, but
No.
Count
no.
me in.
I'm
Flamish.
gonna. You need to play. I want to. That's why I also want to talk about New World, right? That game
Okay.
is
Tell us about New
good
World.
for the price that it is at, which is not full price, right? If I think correctly, I'll check in a second. While I'm doing that, I will talk about New World, but so when you look at New World, it's $40, right? 40 euros for me, which is not much for an MMO, right? For a full-blown game, costs more. It gives stuff to do, man. There's so much to do in that game. If you like RuneScape, how they build up the game. Like you do this stuff, you do wood cutting till 100, mine till 100, and all the skills that you have to level and all the crafting. If you like all that stuff, you play New World. The game is flawless in doing that. It's fun how it does that. You do walk around a lot, of course, because there are no mounts in the game. There's a teleportation system, but doing just gathering and crafting in the game is just so satisfying alone. On top of that, combat where you level your weapons as you use them, get more skills, getting attribute points that you can distribute however you want, which has their own benefits as well. The game is so great. I don't see any reason. If you're doubting about the game, I would just watch some streamers, look how they like to play it, and give it a shot. I mean, maybe you'll like it, and otherwise, I still think you get your money's worth for sure. That's my take on that game.
Fair enough. Fair enough.
Yeah.
Now, you, as we discussed, you've also been playing Diablo 2 this week as well, Flamish, haven't you?
Yes.
We had a discussion of this game is what 20 years old, I think.
Yes.
And as you correctly said, it's not even a remaster; it's just like a reskin. So why should I play for the first time? Why should I play Diablo 2? Convince me.
Okay, so first of all, why I said it's not a remaster is because an old game is running underneath. When you go and you press a button on the PC or on the console, two buttons, you go back to the old way of playing, right? The slow frame rate, 27 frames a second, the border like 800 by 600, right? And you have a low amount of pixels on the screen. But that's how it played back then. How it plays now, 4K, 60 frames on the Series X. On the PC, it's beautiful as well. But the frame rate really does it for me. But the thing about the game is it has quality of life improvements. Technically, I don't call it a remaster, but it still somewhat is a remaster because the new game is running above it. I gave it some more thought, by the way, about it. So actually, technically, I think with most of those games, because they just remastering the visuals and stuff, it's still running the old game, but this is like a total makeover. I wouldn't call it just a remaster. Everything is high definition. Everything looks so much better. If you go into the fourth act and you see the lava over there in hell, it looks so good over there. And then all the enemies are look how they're supposed to be in the vision of the studio that has worked on it, because it's still pixels, so they had to imagine a little bit how the game looked. But there are surprises in there, and the quality of life improvements that you can kill a boss. Normally it deletes the portal, so you have to go to the acts again to open the portal again. Now that is fixed, so it stays there. The ladder systems that were there, like an Uber event, where there's high bosses in the end game, those are now in single player as well, so you can play it wherever you want. And a lot more. There's a lot more in this game than just. So would I give it would you give it a try if you were me? Yes. Why? Because it's a forefather of all action RPGs in my opinion, and it's one of the best. Diablo 3 was so bad when it compares to Diablo 2. It's not the Diablo game. It's an action RPG that has to do with Diablo, but it's not Diablo game. Of how different the gearing works in the game, how different just the making of your character. In Diablo had no identity in Diablo 3. In Diablo 2, everything is about your character. If you screw it up and you can't remake your like reset your talents basically, if you already did it once, you're screwed. You have to start over from the beginning. I need to do that once. So that's one of those things. It's the old way of playing, but still to this day, it's one of the best, I feel. If you don't like that style of play, I would go more with a Path of Exile as well. Path of Exile is a really good action RPG. Also from one of the creators of Diablo as well. But he made a different style of game that's more hardcore. That's more difficult, more harder to play because you die easier.
It's the view that's difficult. The old isometric view. That's a difficult pill to swallow sometimes if you're not into that kind of thing. I
Well,
do. I've
mm,
give me a second.
mhm.
I have sort of moved over to liking these kind of games. I've played the same view. Hades has the same view. Really liked it. Um, there's a few. There's Divinity has the same view. I liked it. There was the one we played together. I forget the name. It come out, and the Cyberpunk one. Help me out.
The
Ascent?
Ascent.
Names.
The Ascent.
The Ascent. The Ascent has the same view. I liked it, but I don't know. It just I feel with that kind of view from the world, I don't feel as involved with what's going on. I don't feel like I'm part of the whole story. Sorry,
I can give you the whole. Look at this, right?
the door.
Look at this.
I looked away there. The door was open. It's like there's no one in but me. What's going on? It's the dog. It's fine.
I got 3 books right here. I got the
Okay.
Diablo.
Okay. No, but it's not. It's not about the story itself and about what's what. It's about me feeling engaged from that viewpoint. To feel like I'm not a god above them. It's difficult. I do over the shoulder third person view all day every day. Love it. I do feel like I'm that character, like your Assassin's Creeds. I do. I feel like I'm that character. But when it's moved out so far, I don't feel like I'm there. It feels like I'm watching. Does that make sense?
That bird's eye point of view. Yeah, I completely agree.
Yeah. It's the isometric. That pulls me out a little bit. It just pulls me out that little bit. And
Wait
I
till
don't
you're
know what it is.
slaying demons.
Yeah.
I know,
Once you
I know,
slay your
man.
first demon, you don't want to stop. You see that loot drop, that yellow loot, or that golden, shiny, unique. You're like, oh my god, I need my next one. I need my fix. I need this next one, and that's how it hooks you.
I agree. I've experienced that in Hades the last couple of months where I've been playing that, and it's like you get to an end of a thing and you go through a door. It's like, give me the good stuff, give me the good stuff. It's like, no, I didn't want that. That's shit loot. I don't want that. That's not going to get me through the next level. And I get that as well. So I'm sort of torn between will I like it, what I like it.
For
And
40
again,
bucks, you can't go
the,
wrong.
the backlog is huge, dude. The backlog is huge. It's going nowhere. It's going to be there for months. So we'll see. We'll see.
If I
I
pull
am.
you in, I'm like, hey man, come on, Diablo, let's play now.
Yeah,
Then you will be like,
that would,
okay.
that would really happen. I would go, okay, yeah, it would happen.
I will do it
And
every day from now
that's
on.
the
You got
point.
my word.
Of course you will. Yeah, of course you will. On that note, I've got a question for you both. Have you, are either of you in the Xbox Alpha skip ahead thing?
I'm in the Omega, like the first version. I'm on the Alpha. For the Insider?
So, I've had it on good authority. A friend of mine is in it. Apparently, for the alphas and stuff, and it's coming out to us very shortly. You can click on a game in Game Pass and try it before you actually download it. You can try it from the cloud. Rather than
Interesting.
downloading a game, you can just go play from cloud. I've not
like
seen
that.
it
On
myself.
Xbox?
On Xbox,
Yeah,
yes.
I did not know anything about that. That's
So this is the way they're pushing it at the moment. It's so that people can play from the cloud on their Xbox One
Okay.
the newest games that are only Series S and X.
Yeah.
So instead of downloading something like Avengers is on the Series
109.
S, it's 109 on the Series
Yeah.
S because it's not as it's only 1080 I think on the Series S. It's 89 gig. Instead of downloading that 109 gig, 129 gig, you can actually play it from the cloud to see how you like it. And that cloud is supposed to be performing in 1080, 60 frames per second. I didn't know if you guys had seen this and what you thought of it. So, what do you think?
Let me first ask this question to you,
Okay.
Boba Fett. Can you actually talk about that stuff? I don't know if the Omega stuff is like on the NDA.
No, it's alpha only anyway, so I don't think you'll have got it yet, will you, Boba Fett?
Yeah, I don't have it yet, but no, I think that's a great feature to be added. I think that's a game changer to just be able to instantly try something, because that's what Game Pass is. I mean, is just about like getting like all these samples of all these great games and just being able to like extend upon that to make the sampling even like a faster experience. It puts the game in people's hands quicker. So like it's not like a thought, like it's like, do I want to install it? Do I want to like the hesitation? It kind of like clears some of that. It's like, I'm gonna give this game a try. I'm gonna give this game a try. That really opens up to a lot more games to get more just be put in the hands of people that might actually skip it because they don't want to waste those couple that disk space or that time.
Well, it's not only that. Most people have to have the data caps. Not in America specifically, but in Europe, we have data caps. Like we still, most people in Belgium at 750 gigs a month, and they have to keep with it during the daytime, during the busy hours, basically. So they have to be careful that they don't download too much. And games like those big ass games and those small games, like it tends to be like, should I download it now? Should I download it later? Maybe forget about it. That also happens, and I've been doing that until I have my data cap removed. It's like, oh, new game, download. If it's a game that I, of course, gonna play. I mean, if it's an RTS, I don't tend to download it even. I will play games that I want to play. So as long as I play them and then when they get boring, it's done. Like, done.
Absolutely. No, it will definitely give me. I mean, just me. I still download all the games. Definitely try more games out. So I see it's a huge benefit. It's a great feature. I'm looking forward to that actually.
Yeah,
I did not know that.
It's also smart for the people that are on the older consoles that don't have a Series X or S, can still try those games. Like what's the game that came out last year that was huge on the Series X?
The Medium.
The Medium. That game, right, is only on the Series consoles. No one tried it. Could try it out on the One. So now they could try it out. They could download, like, stream that game for a while, see if they like it. If they like it, they could be hesitant to move over finally from the One to the Series consoles, right? Because, oh my God, this game is so beautiful. It loads so quickly. It does all this stuff, right? Because from the cloud. And the cloud is now based on X blades, like Series X blades, right? The Series, so it loads quicker, it does all that stuff that the Series consoles does, so they can feel how the difference is. And then they can maybe are like, yeah, maybe I need this new console now. I want those faster load times and stuff. So I think it has also something to do with that. Maybe getting for those new consoles.
I'm actually surprised you guys haven't seen it. I think it was announced officially Thursday or Friday, something like that. From Microsoft. I like to keep my ear to the ground, as it were, like
that's
walk
good.
around like that.
That's good.
I
need that.
It's definitely something positive as well. I mean, my two boys have got Xbox One S's, and I've got the Series S. I'm obviously hoping for a Series X shortly. As soon as they're bloody well available. And the fact that even if I did plug in my OG Xbox One, the 2013 version, I could play the Medium over the internet, and that's where they're focusing their stuff on it. It's not about getting people to buy a Series X or a Series S. It's not about that. It's about getting people into Game Pass, into that ecosystem. Now, I'm sure that games are only going to be, in my opinion, you're only going to be able to stream the stuff that's in Game Pass, currently, because that's what's going to be based on the cloud.
Someone talking. Sorry. Continue.
Yeah, go for it. Go on.
No, I just saw someone talking about like how it could be kind of. It might have been from another podcast actually. About how it's like going more towards a service, like the Game Pass itself, outside of it. And that just seems like a step towards that direction. That's all I was going to add.
Yeah,
sure.
So, I'm not sure who first said it, but what Microsoft wants
is Lord's podcast.
Okay, what Microsoft want? You see this? It might. Do you know what? I think it was Jez Corden that said this. You see this there? Yeah. It's one of those new LG remote controls. Okay, so it's a magic wand. I do this, but I've got a Netflix button. I've got an Amazon button. What Microsoft want right there is a Game Pass button on their Samsung TVs and stuff. That's where they're aiming for, just to go, oh, Game Pass. So they want a Game Pass button on this. And that's where they're heading.
Not only that, at the moment I'm watching Blu-rays on my Xbox.
Yeah.
And I can do everything with my control, like with my remote. I don't need to use my controller. I press the back button.
Ooh.
I can see the thing on the bottom where I can skip to the next scene, go to the menus and stuff. It's awesome. It's really awesome, especially on YouTube as well. On the Xbox, you can use that remote
Yep.
for everything.
Yep. Here's a thing I found out yesterday whilst playing Forza Horizon 4. Okay, so this magic wand remote thing, if TV's turned off, I can wave it as much as I want. Okay, so this is like a magic wand. If you do that, it brings a mouse cursor on the screen.
Yeah,
okay?
You scroll. It works as well.
It also controls the Xbox Series S. Yeah. What I was shocked with yesterday was I was in Forza Horizon 4 in camera mode, and my directional arrows there actually controlled the camera. Rather than using my controller, I could in photo mode, I could move the camera around with that. Yes.
What?
Really.
There's a little bit more magic to this
seriously.
wand after all.
It's a magic wand for something.
Seriously.
Well, it's not that much of a magic wand, but it has a.
Seriously, yeah. So you can control your Xbox with that. I don't know if I'm in one of the alphas or whatever, or I'm some sort of insider, I think. I don't know if it's released to everybody. But yeah, I was pissing around with the camera in Forza with the TV remote. I found out by accident because I tried to change the volume and pressed the wrong button. I pressed right on the little directional thing and the camera went that way. It's like, oh wow, look at that. So it's definitely, they're definitely aiming towards that sort of area, in my opinion. But again, that's just, an opinion.
Agree. I have to point out that I did not realize that the integration, like that was a great, like I said, a great prop to use to drive home your point there of what Microsoft is going for, and the fact that it does that, I did not know that. I'm definitely going to be messing around with that later on. That's just another an indicator of doing exactly what you were saying, and I believe that's 100% where they're going.
It's so awesome when you're watching DVDs. Before, I always need to use my controller, need to stay on because I want to go to the next scene, or need to pause the thing, need to up my controller again, need to wait a few seconds, and just using the remote instead is so good. It just feels right. I hope they just implement more features into the control with the in the remote with the TV and with the console. It's awesome.
And as well, if you look at your remote, you've got a red, a green, a yellow, and a blue button. They do exactly the same thing as your controller does.
What?
No, if you press green on your remote, it's press green. It's an A button.
No, come on.
It is there. I never thought about that. Wow.
Well, normally, it's
the same colors.
Yeah, okay, but those colors are not actually for that. So normally you have, back in the day, right? In the early 2000s, you had your text screen like from 1 to 800.
Yeah, absolutely, yeah. But now, press your green button. It's the A button. It'll work. Yeah, no, if it doesn't work now, it'll work. I'm telling you now. That's exactly what it's going to be. If it doesn't work,
it's gonna be. Okay.
It's gonna be. Of course it is.
So.
Womanfat's waving his remote around. Try it out, dude. Try it out. I don't know.
I did. You're absolutely right. It does.
There you go. Back out. There you go.
Maybe anyone remembers this, but back in the 90s, 2000s, the TVs had like a text that you can bring up and have like all these different pages from 1 till like 999.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah. Teletext.
That's what they were for. That's what the colors were for. For people that actually don't know. I'm sure there are some people that don't know, like kids and stuff.
Yeah, absolutely.
That maybe watch the show. I don't know who watches the show, of course. But
Do you
for
know
people
what?
that don't know, that's what they actually offer.
Wubberfat has just tested it and it works. Seriously, it does. That's the whole
He's
beauty
picked
of
it
it.
up. Yep.
That's
There you go.
hilarious.
Yep.
That's
Yep.
hilarious.
There you go. You heard it here first. You heard it here first, folks.
Oh my god. That is
Yeah, it's awesome.
That's exactly where they're going. And I mean, it wasn't me that's saying that Xbox wanted that button on there. I'm sure it was Jez Corden. I'm not sure if it was on 4GQTV when we talked with him or something else. But yeah, that's what they want. You've got your Netflix, you've got your Amazon. What do you know? What instead of a little house picture or whatever you've got on your remote, an Xbox picture. I mean, especially on Samsung TVs, that's coming. Okay.
I can see this being pitched like exactly with this remote, like the Game Pass, like that's where you want it, like right here. I can see the pitch right now.
Because we know they've partnered with Samsung. You get a new Samsung phone now. You get Game Pass for is it 6 months or something? I think with a new Samsung contract, something along those lines. So we know they've partnered with Samsung, right? As a business, it's not Samsung phones, it's Samsung. So it's going to come on TVs. So is it just going to be the Samsung TVs that are going to have that magic Xbox button? Maybe. We know Game Pass can run through a TV. Oh, maybe not. Because let's be honest, you can now run your Game Pass through a browser from anywhere on Microsoft Edge. Your Windows 10 PC can do it. So why can't a TV, if it's got internet capability and your speed is up to scratch, why can't your TV do it?
It's absolutely can is what it can.
Yeah,
So
exactly.
that's
Of course
what's
it can.
gonna-
Yeah.
yeah.
I mean, I might even try it on my TV. I might open the internet and just put in www.xbox.com/play and see if I can play it. Why not? It only needs your TV only needs the upgrade for the new TVs only needs to receive your Bluetooth controller, and away you go. You're playing on the internet. It's an extension of a laptop. So that's exactly where they're going.
It's actually
And
funny.
it works with just my phone, so yeah.
It's actually funny. Like I saw this video last week from Robbie Berwick, if you know him, the crazy guy that does a lot of fun.
Ricky Berwick, yeah,
Ricky,
he's
yeah.
absolutely hilarious.
Yes.
And I'm sure he's not watching, but if he is, love you, dude.
Shout out. No, but that guy made like this small video where he was playing Nintendo 64 Super Mario 64 on the Xbox because he went to his Edge browser on the Xbox and typed in a website with Mario 64 in there, and it just went straight into the game immediately. I could play with the Xbox controller. The original Mario 64.
Amazing.
That was just like, what? Apparently that's the thing.
Because that's,
Apparently
and there you go.
the thing,
That's what happens. That's the way it is, isn't it? It's just if you can connect and your TV's up to scratch and job done.
Yep.
So quite clearly, as you've just pointed out, my controller can already link to my TV. So what's stopping me? What's stopping me jumping into a browser where I can play, for example, Steam games, or for example, the Nvidia stuff? There's nothing. If I've got a browser on my TV, I've also got a browser on my Xbox. I mean, he was playing it through his Xbox, wasn't it, through the browser?
Yep.
Yeah. That's all TVs need is that connection to your controller. That's it.
Yeah,
That's
the
all
Bluetooth
you need.
connection. I mean, it has Bluetooth connection already, I think. I mean, you can even stream your phone to your TV. I mean,
in certain TVs, yes.
Yeah.
That's correct. Yeah, that's correct.
Yeah. So I mean, why not, right?
Yeah. I think this the 2022 series of Samsung TVs that are going to come out will have Game Pass installed as an app already.
Yep.
But that's just my
I
prediction.
see that. Yeah, no, I don't think that's like a leap at all.
Nope.
I definitely see something like that happening. If not, then very soon after.
And there you go. And then once all the Sony games are available on PC, and we can or on the cloud when they catch up, We can play them as well. It's fine.
Finally, all the consoles become one.
It'd be good.
Everything.
It'd be nice. It'd be nice. I am a
would be.
little bit jealous of some games PlayStation owners have.
For
I've
sure.
not owned a PlayStation since the PS3. That wasn't mine. That was my son's. Before that was the PS2. I went from PS2 to Xbox, and I am so jealous of some of the games those guys have. I really am. And I'm sure it goes both ways, right?
Yeah, I'm not sure. We'll see. Take some time. I mean, I want to see where this goes. Just looks interesting, for sure.
Yeah, there you go. Remember, Xbox button on your controller. There you go.
Maybe with the new TV.
That's the big takeaway.
Yeah. I mean, who doesn't have this remote these days when you have an LG, right? I mean,
Well, if you have an LG and stuff, then yeah.
I think this remote was released this year, I believe. So I was unfortunate enough to have my TV smashed, so I was forced into buying a new one. Yeah, so I bought something that will give me everything. So I bought an LG Nano. So rather than an OLED. There you go.
this is from the C9, so this has been out for years.
Yep, C9, same.
Yeah,
See?
fair enough, yeah.
So it's been out for a few years.
No, fair enough. I thought it was new for this year, this one, but okay.
Oh my god, my Netflix button. My Netflix button is almost deteriorated.
Yeah, mine's the same.
And I don't even use it that much. Same with the Prime Video. What?
My Netflix button is now a white button. That's it. There's no writing on it. Amazon, not so much. As much as I subscribe and watch it, yeah, it's fared better. Wow. The nanos are very good, very very good. It does everything. I think the only difference between the nano and the OLED is the OLED has it's more crystal clear on the OLED. Because the advantage of the nano, I think, when I looked it up, the viewing angle is better on the nano.
No,
I think.
No, the OLED has
right away.
The OLED has a viewing angle that I can see even if it's flat and I'm standing here. I can see everything on the screen. That's how good it is. It has because every pixel is lighted, right, on its own.
Okay.
It has really good viewing angles. It has no problems in the sideways and stuff. Like I have a TV that turns however I want, and I can watch it from any angle. It has no issues. I think the Nano versus what is it? OLED.
I thought the viewing angle on the Nano was better. That's why I picked it up.
The Nano cell TVs use backlit LED. LCD. So basically, it's with lights in the back, so it's a little bit thicker, I think, right? It's not that small.
No, not really.
Okay,
it's almost fucking paper thin. This thing.
It's lights. It's lights. In the TV itself, right?
Yeah.
Not every pixel get lighted by itself.
Okay.
So it's different. It's probably cheaper than OLED.
A little bit, yes.
So yeah, that's the different technology. So it doesn't give the purest blacks because it bleeds a little bit into the other ones. That's why I picked the OLED on top of everything when I heard as soon as the new Series X comes out with that 120 Hertz, I need a 120 Hertz TV to support it.
I've got 120 Hertz, it's fine. The Nano's got 120 Hertz.
Yeah, I mean,
got Dolby Vision, Dolby Atmos, everything.
It's almost the same. It's almost the same.
Yeah, it's very similar. It's the difference was that I picked up the 65-inch Nano for I think 1,100, and the 65-inch OLED would have cost me nearly 2,000, I think. So that was the difference. Of course, I was forced into making a choice, and it was monetary. I wanted the biggest and it does everything. It does absolutely everything.
Mm-hmm.
So
I just read it, right? you're not gonna be
Yeah.
able to return from this one if you heard it. So I don't know if you want to hear it. Do you want to hear it?
Tell me.
So everyone that's also watching about the difference between OLED and nanocell, I'm actually just researched this, looking it up, and it says when it comes to image quality, OLED is much better than nanocell
Absolutely.
because the blacks are extremely dark, which is
Yep.
of course what we know, and the colors are much more vivid with no washed out angles.
Yep.
So it seems that nanocell actually has less of an angle before it
Oh,
gets
really?
discolored. Yeah.
Well, fair enough.
But you don't know
Dude,
because you don't
I-
have both TVs next to each other. If you have both
Yeah,
TVs
absolutely,
next to each other,
absolutely.
you can see difference. But
Yeah,
nanocell
absolutely.
is
Depends
cheaper.
on the panel you get can change it too.
Yeah, it also depends on different TVs. Like the same TV, both TVs could have different
Yep.
things. But nanocell is cheaper and you can buy a bigger screen.
Yeah, like I said, okay, I went I had a 55-inch LG. It was 4K. It wasn't UHD. It did UHD but not UHD
Yep.
10.
HDR.
However, it had HDR, yeah. So UHD, it had HDR, yeah. So it wasn't enough for the Series S or Series X, okay? And I was going to keep it for a while, bought the Series S, and however, miraculously, a Xbox controller got thrown at it, and it smashed. Not me. Okay.
Out of nowhere, just
Not you?
No, it was...
You sure?
occurrence.
No, dude, you've played games with me before. I don't rage.
Maybe I'll
Jesus.
give you a lollipop if you say
Um,
the truth.
I'm the most laid back
I
gamer in
know.
podcasting, except when you get me on Golf for Friends, and that's different. Okay.
Yeah,
I'm very laid back.
don't play golf with friends.
We don't call it Golf for Friends, though, do we, Flamish? What do we call it?
Belgium golf.
Golf. Golf with a-holes is what we call it, because yes. Yeah. So anyway.
It's
By
enjoyable.
the by, a controller got thrown through the TV. Oh man, it wasn't even an old TV. I was nearly in tears when it happened. And I had a choice. I've got to buy a new TV because obviously I have no TV. And it was a case of I can't go smaller than 55 because that's the one I'm replacing. So you can go the same or bigger, correct? Because you can't go smaller. It'd be no good going down to 48. It'd be like,
Nah.
There's no going back.
where's the
You
TV?
can't-
Where's
yeah,
the TV?
Yeah,
Okay,
you always
so-
want to go bigger. You always want to go
So-
bigger.
Yeah.
So I had a choice, the same size or bigger. Then I had another choice with OLED, smaller,
Oh,
that I
nice.
could afford, or bigger, LG Nano, that I could afford. So the difference was around a grand. I mean, I got this for. I'm sure I got it for about 1,100 on sale. It was brand new. Obviously, it was on sale for some sort of silly reason. So it's this year's model.
Yep.
It was that, or buy a 65-inch LG Nano, or go the OLED for. I think it was $2,000. I was like, it's a no-brainer for me.
Yeah.
At the point, and do you know
Yeah,
what? I
yeah.
don't regret it. I
Yes.
don't regret it. Playing games in Dolby Vision, I don't care. I'm old. I've got glasses. I probably can't see
Yeah,
every
you
color
enjoy it,
anyway.
wow.
You don't see the difference like you will not notice
Yeah.
difference as long as you don't have two TVs next to each other. Like you will
Correct.
get used
Right.
to it as it is an OLED TV, right?
Eyes
Like
are
you
really
will-
good at just adjusting and getting used to it. Yeah.
Yeah, everybody adjusts to the things they're viewing after a while. I mean, you will like it either way. If you really dislike it, yeah, could happen of course, but normally
It's
it
definitely a
should be
great
the case.
TV nonetheless. Just
Yeah,
yeah,
it's a big
OLEDs
ass
are at the
TV
top.
probably. How much inch?
65.
See, that's a nice TV. That's a
It's,
nice
it's,
size.
it's fucking huge. And most of the time as well, when I'm streaming, I'm actually sat here on a 27-inch monitor. So if I'm streaming on Twitch or anything like that, I'm actually down to 27. But I'm
Yeah.
sat so close. I'm like, there's the screen right there. So
Okay. And what about your TV, man? How did you purchase your OLED, the Dishes C9?
Well, I had a bunch of money. I got at one time I was saved up. And I'm an electronics guy. like I like to have like the newer tech, and
Yeah.
I was looking at like the best like new TVs out at the time, and OLED was brand new. I was looking at OLED and QLED, and I ended up going OLED, and I'm really happy with my LG 9 C9 purpose. Like
Yes.
I like never turn it off. Like the whole burn-in thing, if people are worried about that, I've like never turned it off, and I've done multiple tests. 'Cause you have to every 2,000 hours of watching time. Like I already have like at least 10 to 15,000 of hours of it being
Yep.
on, and picture is still great. Like
Yeah.
so, yeah, that's why I got that TV. It's amazing. And after that, I got my family to get the same TVs. My dad got a C10, a CX, I should say. I'm now a loyal member of the C9. I should say the OLED.
Yeah. If I
Family
did
or
want to
whatever.
upgrade to a new model, but the C9 is phenomenal. Like being that first TV that does 120 hertz basically, because it was the first of its kind, right? That had the 2.1 HDMI.
Yes,
Is
that was the big seller.
the great TV, man. Great TV. I think there's no better TV that I want to change for it. Even the new models, I don't want to change it. It's great how it is. So I'm happy with my purchase. And it's been
We're
two
all
years
happy
and a
with our
half now.
purchases.
No burning at all. I play so many hours a day sometimes. On the Xbox, I play in Diablo. It has the two ops on the bottom. In the beginning, when Diablo 3 was released and you had an OLED TV, right? Um, it had the burn-in on the bottom. But that's when burning was really prevalent. It has really big problems, and they basically reduced it so much it's almost never happening anymore. I don't hear
Yeah,
it. I don't hear any problems with burning. If it's mostly a
I know
TV
there's a lot of
that's way
worry, but
older.
yeah, I think they've corrected as much as they can. I mean, there's always that off chance that you just get that
Yeah, yeah,
like not like the a below average panel, not the ideal one.
yeah.
But no, yeah, no worries. It's great. Great image.
Maybe I'm just
We're all
lucky.
happy with our purchases.
Yeah,
With our
maybe we're
TV.
just lucky. Could be. I mean,
Yeah,
this is one game, PGA
can't try.
Tour 21, from 2K, which is a golf game, and the first time I was seeing this, it got me so scared because I was thinking about the OLED burning, but
I
in the
was
middle of the thing.
I was in the party when you were talking about your Flamish. I remember, and I know what you're gonna say. Go for it.
So the sun glare always puts a little blue spot in the middle of the TV. Always. When you look at the sun or when you're looking near the sun, it's always putting a small blue spot in the middle of the screen. I thought it was burning, man. I was so scared. When I turned on my TV or I went to another screen, it's like, oh, nothing. Okay.
No.
But
Yeah.
I'm so scared for a little spot in the middle of PGA. It's one of the reasons why I don't play it often anymore. It just
Yeah,
feels like it's
that
so
was
I
that
don't have to
bright.
was
worry about that where I have my TV. There's no sunlight
yeah.
coming in
Oh
here.
no no no! It's in the
In the
game.
darkness.
In the game.
Oh, okay.
So in the game, the
I see
sun
what you're
glare
saying.
comes in. It's
It's
always a
so
blue
bright.
spot in the middle of the TV over here.
I'm fine.
Um,
I'm
That was
fine.
it's
hilarious. It
scary.
was
It was
brilliant.
scary. I was like, no, my TV got
Okay.
burning up. No.
Yeah. So we're in a party. It's like, guys, I think my TV's about to die. What do you mean he's about to die? I've got a blue spot. What do you mean? Seriously, guys, there's a blue
It's a
spot, and
WebMD reaction.
I think it's gonna die any minute. It's not gonna die. It's fine. What do you mean? There's a blue spot? And it turns out it was just a particular game. Every time we play golf together, it's like, yep, it's the sunshine, dude.
I don't like it
Yeah,
though. They should
I
remove
remember
that.
the
I don't like
conversation
it.
well.
They need
This
to
looks-
remove that sunshine, the sun glare.
Well, that's your auto HD for you, dude. That's turn your auto HD off, and then
Yeah, I
you'll
gotta
be
try
fine.
that.
Really? I thought you.
Yeah. Yeah.
Ooh, okay, we got a fix.
I've turned auto HD off, and it seems better because some of the games are bright anyway, and then you stick auto HDR on old games that are supposed to be standard. It's like, wow, the colors are just they're very bright. Choose my words carefully. It does a good job at certain games, but stuff that isn't meant to look like that, that's bright anyway, it just looks terrible, like overbright. So it's
Okay.
overkill sometimes. So it's worth trying. It's worth turning auto HDR off just to see what's what, and just play
Yeah, I
the
wanna
games
do
in
that.
HDR. That yeah, I'm enjoying it a bit better without it.
You persuaded me. I gotta give it a try. Everything else you said has turned out.
Yeah, I'm
pretty
gonna
true.
turn that off today. I'm gonna turn that off and maybe jump into a golf match and see how it is, because that's the one game I'm scared with the burning, because it is that bright
Well,
blue
it shouldn't.
light.
It shouldn't.
It's like, I don't like you being in the middle
Just
all the time, like the whole damn
That would get
match every time. I'm like, no, no.
It's not. It's not all the
that'd
time.
be
It's only.
irritating,
It's only when you're
It's-
looking in a certain direction, the sunshine, and it's sun glare based into the game. That's just a. It's a programmed light reflection that's trying to blind you because you're looking at the sun. That's all it is. It's programmatically put in there. It's nothing to do with your TV. But turn off auto HDR. See what happens.
Yeah, I mean that's a
You
good
need that
idea.
like the sun in your eye can apply to your TV, like
Yeah.
as a excuse.
Yeah.
Yeah,
I-
it's like driving your car and you go, oh, it's bright. Yeah,
It's like
there's never a blue light. I don't know why that's blue, but
the last thing I want to say about TVs, right? Everybody's always complaining about the size too big. I did some stuff online. I looked at different stuff with like size and how bad is it for your eyes. There's no damage to your eyes at all. You can go as high as you want because it's a 4K OLED TV. In OLED you don't have any problems when you're looking close to the screen, far from the screen. I mean, you have a particular size you want to be away, but even 2.5 meters away that I am is not bad. I mean, I can, as long as you can look everywhere with your eyes without moving your
far-
head, that's good enough.
as far as 2.5 meters, Jesus.
Basically
I'm
my
pretty
size,
low.
my size with my torso somewhere, with my top half
I'm
or my arm.
probably I'm
That's
looking now, so
computer.
my TV is next to me there, so of course
Let-
against the chimney.
Let me
there,
put it in feet, right? Let me
Wow.
put it in
Yeah,
It's
do
probably
it.
just 10 feet
Do
to
it.
me. That's what it looks like.
Mine's about 6 feet.
8.2 feet. 8.2. 8.2 feet away. That's how far away my TV is from my eyes, basically. And that's fine. Like I have no problems with that. I don't. Yeah.
It works
I'm
for
there.
you. Yeah.
I'm there or thereabouts. Yeah. Of course, when I'm on the smaller screen, I'm 2 feet away.
Yeah.
So yeah. So I am this far away from normal. So yeah. The big screen, probably 8 feet. Is that enough for a 65? Not
Because
sure.
natural light, OLED is natural light. That's a big thing with an OLED. It gives you the most natural viewing experience when it comes to light, because the light in the TV is a little bit lower. OLED TVs can't go that bright. Normal TV goes up to 1000 or 1200 nits, I think it is, like an LED panel, but an OLED only goes
Yeah.
up to 800. So it's less bright, better for your eyes, basically. If it's brighter, it can hurt your eyes. That's
Okay.
what I've seen. It's been a while since I've done all this stuff. That's before I bought my TV, and that's more than 2.5 years ago. So there
Have
you
we
go.
had enough of TVs? Because I've got
Yeah.
a burning question. So okay, so I'm going to focus on our guest a little bit right now, Flamish, if that's okay.
Ooh,
Oh, fine, man. We got 10 more
yeah.
minutes, somewhat. So
10 more minutes, because I did negate to ask. This is Wooblefat's first podcast into the sort of the fray. Like, so what I want to ask is the best question
please.
anybody who's ever going to ask you. Okay, so you're into gaming. Why? How? When? What happened? Give me a quick rundown of your story into playing games, dude. Not so much how you got into Twitch and Twitter and all that sort of kind of thing, and supporting people like me, but your personal
Right.
journey into games, if that makes sense. Because
Yeah,
I'd like
okay,
to hear
it's-
it. I'd love to
It's
hear
not.
it.
It's not going to be all that unfamiliar. It's going to be pretty. I feel like
Everyone's
same across the board.
every single story is its own thing. So you go, dude.
Well, yeah, no, I mean, I was just kind of born into it. my dad and my older cousin was living with me. It was like a brother. They were all playing games like on Sega was like they're playing like Rome and stuff. But then on the computer, the games they got, the first games that I started playing were EverQuest and Tribes. And,
Ah,
those were amazing games. EverQuest was still the OG over WoW and all of them.
yeah.
Like any MMO after it, I loved EverQuest, and same with Tribes. Tribes and Tribes 2, like well, Tribes at least the original.
Tribes.
I started from there, and then I got into, let's say, Counter Strike. When would be the first game that I got like really competitive. As like it was on the Xbox. I wasn't playing on the PC, but they had like daily, weekly, monthly like refreshes, and that kind of like kept you like into it. Like, oh, can I be on the top of the board? Can I be on the top of the board? And from Counter Strike, they're on just like Xbox Live, and then you got Xbox Live, which changes everything. And now you're playing with your friends. LAN parties kind of died down a bit, which were still those were fun, but now yeah, I mean the story kind of goes on from there. It's just everyone's connected, everyone's playing games. That's my story. Just it's a story of friendship over time. It's just like people like getting together and doing what they love. Like I remember it was funny. I just feel like it was a perfect like example of going against like a stereotype of that like you saw like in like the movies and stuff like growing up of like gamer being like a nerdy thing. Like which it still sort of was looked at that way by some people when I was growing up at a younger age. But there's this place called Mad Mike's, and after football practice, our entire team would go there, and we'd be able to play for free till 2 a.m. And they'd buy like pizza and stuff like this place, and our entire football team would be playing like Counter Strike, City Heroes, City, whatever game they had, like all these different games, like already on the computers. So it was, and our whole team would just do that together as an exercise and stuff, just like teamwork. So yeah, no, gaming has always just been a foundation of relationships for me. So that's like, yeah, that's my story of coming into gaming.
So did you start on PC, Sega, or what did
Okay,
you
so
say
where
you
I
started
started,
on?
there was a lot of different. I'm not. It's hard for me to remember exactly what was first. But I was playing, Super Nintendo, the original PlayStation, so Sega Saturn, Sega Genesis, PC, Nintendo. I should go say 64. I went up to PlayStation 2, Xbox. After Xbox, it was there on out. I had the PC up until about Xbox, and then it was just straight console ever since. Then I came back, brought PC back into my life, and trying to readjust myself to that. And I'd love to have the PlayStation and Nintendo for sure, but no, I'm just Xbox now at the moment. Besides PC, so that is my foray into gaming.
Mm.
I hope I answered
Wow.
that question correctly.
That was awesome.
Well, do you know what? There's no pass or fail. It was just a question of
And
how about.
Well, right. I just meant,
question about you.
can I expand on more details? Is there anything else that you'd like to know about?
Yes, that's
I
true.
do remember the Tribe series, but I only remember Tribe Ascent, the one where you actually glide down and go.
That was like a
Oh my
past.
God, that
Yeah, it's
was
not
a
like the original.
good game. That was such a good
I'm
game.
sure it was good, but the original, it was just so far ahead of its time. Both of them, EverQuest, to me at least, EverQuest and Tribes were so far ahead of their time. Tribes was amazing.
Yes.
Um, EverQuest, I remember like me and my buddy got like literally like like you get like married in EverQuest and stuff. Like we got like married to like this person. Like we're just like two young kids getting up online every morning, like talking to these people. No, and just like getting really invested, just like from a young age. Like and like getting like the clan stuff. No, EverQuest just Tribes. That's where it started for me.
No World of Warcraft and stuff. I'm surprised if you go from
World of Warcraft,
EverQuest like.
it transitioned into that. Don't get me wrong. That's what we all started playing. But
Okay.
EverQuest, that's where it was at.
And are you
The
still
original.
playing any MMOs at this point, or are you interested in
Not
anyone that are coming
currently,
out?
but I'm always interested. It's more about like having people play. I mean, I have Elder Scrolls Online uh
Okay,
installed and stuff ready to go. I have, two characters that I've been rotating in the
nice.
past. But no, I have not played any very recently, but I'm always up for MMOs. I'm always down to try
See,
an MMO if it's new. I'm always because I love MMOs in general.
this is one of those things where I'm like, I'm not sure. I'm a massive Elder Scrolls fan anyway, so all things Elder Scrolls, bring it on. And I tried ESO when it first launched.
Oh,
Um, Yeah. However, it's like so many bad experiences trying to play it. Yeah, exactly. It's like, oh
In the
my,
beginning,
really?
it was not a great game.
Yeah. I mean,
But it bounced back. It did what
It
it had to
bounced
do
it
over
bounced
time.
back
I mean,
hard. It bounced back
I.
hard.
But the problem is with me, first impressions count.
Come
So if
on, that
they
you need
do,
to
they
give
do.
Diablo a try. I'm gonna keep saying, buddy,
Yeah.
you haven't tried Diablo
Yeah.
2 yet.
Listen.
Listen.
I've got I did try ESO and I got online. I started playing, and this was really early at launch. And I got into like a hub area, and there's like just 30 people dancing around in their underwear. I mean, what the? I videoed it. I mean, what the fuck? What? Sorry, swearing, but what the hell? Do you know what I mean? There's like you go into like the place where the missions are, and there was people just dancing in their underwear. It's like,
Yeah.
what?
It's
What? Why?
paradise.
What?
It's what MMOs are made for. The community,
No,
playing
Yeah.
together,
that's not.
doing fun
Because you
stuff like
can.
dancing in your
That's why.
underwear.
Because you can. Yeah.
Listen. I play games to escape people dancing in their underwear. Okay.
That's that's one of those reasons, like you're gold shying WoW, where every single person
I,
went in and just danced
I,
butt naked.
I could get that here. I really could. However, I'm not going to. But yeah, it was just really, come on, we're here to play games and kill things, and you're all just pissing around, dancing in your underwear, exactly like what Womanfat's doing right
So
now.
animated evil, I need to say
I've
this.
not been
You
back.
should
I've not been back.
maybe give it another try. I mean, it has been exponentially longer. There's been
It
so
was.
much add to the game. It's been a lot
I
better
was.
now.
Look, I was that distraught. I still have the video. Okay.
I want to see that video.
I captured it.
I
I'll
want
try
that
and
video.
dig
We're
out.
gonna do
It's-
that next week. I want to see that video.
Can we
I
roll the
No,
video?
no, I can't. I can't because as usernames above it, so we can't put it on. It's there's usernames.
I will
and things
go
above
in
it,
and
so
edit the video and blur every single name,
try
baby.
and-
I want to
I'll
see
try and
this.
find it. I've got videos and pictures. Like, do you know when you go into something, you think, what in the world is going on? So yeah, I'll record that. I'll take a picture of that, and that's what I did. And I've not been back to ESO since. So I reckon I would love an MMO. I really do.
Maybe try
Well,
New
play it.
World.
Come back.
Try New World. It's like
Come
that
back,
old
baby,
school
come back.
feeling with New Worlds. It's also really great. The old school MMO feeling and game feeling is coming back with these new, like, it's like we're going back to the past.
A
It's
cycle.
awesome. Yeah,
That's
it's a
'cause, like,
cycle.
That's just kind of like honestly almost like good marketing. Like kind of like you go back, because as generations kind of come in, you kind of like start to like, well, where did they grow up? How did they grow up? And you kind of like bring back that stuff without even like really realizing like it's like they don't like announce it like that. But that's how it's kind of like, okay, because nostalgia is huge. It's gonna draw you in all the time.
Hmm.
And
Oh, yeah. Because we want to pretend we're still children
good old
and
days, yeah.
the good old days, and when we were innocent, and we want to go back to that time. We always
full of
do.
wonder.
All we do is like, oh wow, isn't the world brilliant? Whereas when you hit 40 years old, 50 years old, whatever you are, and then you go, no, this is shit. So you want to go back to those days? Yeah, you're right.
I would like to say one thing just
Yeah.
before we get that done.
Yeah.
This has been fantastic. Someone said that like it's gonna go by like super fast, like 30 minutes, like it'll feel like it's nothing. That's exactly what happened. I really enjoyed myself on here. Again, thank you so much, Animated Evil, for making this connection. Flamish, thank you so much for having me on.
No
Really
problem.
enjoyed meeting you last night, and I just really enjoyed this whole experience, and I really hope to do it again sometime.
If you want to be
That's
back,
amazing.
you
Thank
be back. Like I always
Awesome.
say this to everyone that comes on the show.
Recurring character.
Just send me a message. Tell me I want to be back on the show. When can I? Come on, get me back. No,
and do you know what? He's good by his word as well. I'll stand by what he says right there. He does exactly that.
yeah, I mean, everybody's welcome on the show. Every single person, a guy that's in the chat can be like, "Hey, I want to come on the show." Yeah, that's
Yeah.
great. Even if you're not so
Awesome.
great with social experiences, right? Being on the mic, being on the webcam,
Just
you
putting
can
yourself
turn
out
off your
there with that.
webcam. You can just push to talk. You can just talk one time. It doesn't matter. Being on a show like this, I want you to be here. I want everybody to experience this for what it is. It's fun. It's like being a
Sure.
party in Xbox
Yeah,
just with a
yeah.
camera now, or without a camera, and just talking
I'm
about the daily life, daily stuff, games, all the hobby, all the stuff that we enjoy. That's what this is about.
yeah. And it's like I said, and I couldn't believe it when I first sort of got into this sort of thing. It's just a couple of guys talking shit, or a couple of girls talking shit, or whatever it is, whoever it is. It's a couple of friends just talking
Right.
shit. Fine. It
Yeah.
just sit
I
down,
just love it.
relax.
Yeah. Like I'm streaming, like just playing a game. Like I'm like been nervous. This has just been fun and relaxed. This has been like therapeutic. I like this is great. Like I'm like a game by myself. Like like can't think of what to say. But this
Yeah.
is nothing like that. No. I
No,
love that you give people a chance like that. Like even like in the
yeah,
if they're like, hey, I want to be on the show because that's someone like kind of taking like a leap of faith in themselves, and you're giving them that
yeah,
like opportunity to do
Of
that. And that's
course.
really awesome. That's
It's
amazing. I love that.
it's even more awesome to give them the opportunity to speak for the first time being on a podcast on my show. That makes me feel even better because then they get this easy experience. Being on a podcast that has topics that you want that has to abide by rules like, hey, what's been going on this week, right? That's more structured. That's harder to do. A free flow experience, I think, is what most people would go for. And I think this is more the like we've doing retro renegades, the same thing, just free flow. We talk about retro, we talk about games, beer, all kinds of good stuff. But this is so free flow. Like I would even say more than retro renegades because it's a little bit more tied in with arcades and older stuff. Sometimes I can't even talk about the stuff that's going on because I'm too young sometimes. So I'm like, I can't talk about Sega, I can't talk about this because I don't know. But here it's just I feel so free, and it's just fun.
For sure.
And then last question, of course, the end of the show. As we know, we always ask where everybody can find everyone. So, Wabafat, where can people find you?
Okay, yeah. I can be found at on Twitter at mwebafett. And then Webafett everywhere else. Just take away the M. And that's me everywhere else on Xbox, on Twitch, on Steam. Like add me anywhere. I'm down to game. I'm down to just to meet people. So yeah, if you're looking for me, besides Twitter, it's just Webafett. On Twitter, just add that M for Webafett. And thank you.
Yeah, no problem. Of
Let me
course,
introduce myself
anytime.
like that.
And then Enemy Medieval, of course, my co-star panel member.
co-star, yes. Yeah, thanks for having me again, dude. I hope I drove the conversation into a good place today, like I try and do. I've got my voice back, yay, at last.
Sexy as hell.
Been oh baby, yeah. So I've been struggling with my voice for the past couple of days since about Wednesday, I think. Luckily I've got my voice back, so yeah. Thank you, as usual. Wubafat, thank you for coming.
Absolutely. Thank you for having me.
Yeah, where can you find me? I'm gonna drop onto my Twitch channel in about 10 minutes, I think. Animated Evil 857, isn't it? That my Twitch channel? I think so, yes. Same as Xbox. Yeah, so Sundays, Flamish Experience, Monday, Tuesday, Twitch, Wednesday, Midweek Gaming, Thursday, 4GQ TV, Friday, Saturday, Community Game Night, and then again, Sunday, back to the Flamish Experience. So, every night, baby, I'm here, I'm around, you'll find me.
Awesome.
Flamish, where can we find you?
Of course, you can find me here on the Flamish Experience every Sunday, 2 p.m. EST, 7 p.m. UK, as well also for GQTV on Thursday evenings at 6:30 p.m. EST. And then, yeah, besides that, I do a bunch of stuff. I game with community game nights every weekend, Friday, Saturday. Mostly Saturday, sometimes Friday I don't tend to go in. Depends. But that's been awesome, of course. It was a little bit sad to have a community game night. The American community game nights is after the the UK version. That was a little bit empty. We wish to have more people in there, play games together. We always pick out
It's
games. It's
it's
awesome.
the Halo. It was the Halo flight.
That's what I'm
Everyone's
thinking
playing
as
Halo
well.
this
Yeah.
weekend, so yeah,
Yeah.
it's next week. Normal service shall be resumed, I think.
Yeah. And besides that, of course, we have Back from the Dead coming on the show next week. So that's gonna be awesome. He's gonna be our guest
Love
next
Back from the
week.
Dead.
Yeah. Besides that, I don't know who's gonna be on the show, of course. We don't know what's gonna be talked about. And at the end of the show, as you always know, I'll always say the same thing, and that is be positive, stay positive, and be happy. Damn it, I switched it again. See you guys next time.
Yeah, play
That's
games,
what I
have fun.
appreciate you.
Bye,
Good
guys.
night, guys.